Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me? Hello. Testing. I'm trying to get the audio working. I probably should have set this up earlier. Yay, it works. Alright. This one? Yeah. Practicing a while ago, or, I'm trying to go through, New Game Plus on my other account. My bad. Hello. Welcome. Viewers, past and present. Oh, that's loud. And future. We are back with Dark Souls 2, and I'm trying really hard. I probably should have at least jumped in here and taken a look at what the fuck we're doing. Let's see. Da 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 da. What items do we have? Okay, so it appears, based off the fact that we have this boss soul here, that last episode we finished No Man's Wharf. This is really fucking terrible. Not enough for the level. Don't want to burn any boss souls. I don't know what they give. Let's go here. Alright, so last we left off, yes, it appears we, by the way, this is like a month plus since the last stream, at least, probably closer to 2 months, and I'm also, I can't tell if the weather is just making me feel crummy, or, now that we're in December and it is quite snowy and icky out there, or if I'm on the verge of getting sick. It's one of these two. But either way, we're back with Dark Souls 2. Things have been really fucking hectic. I was finishing a rather busy, college semester, so that's a big reason why I haven't streamed in quite a while. And the other reason being that I'm actually transferring colleges to, one across the state I live in. So, that's exciting. Okay, these guys took about 3 hits. For that other... oh, right there. Not much I can do about you. Do we not have life gems? Ow. Awkward. Appears I don't. Well, shoot. Okay. So... what we're gonna do, you can actually come down here, and there's some things here. So, big soul and some human effigy. So these can actually be knocked down. It's gonna be kind of important we clear this area out. I'm being very meticulous and oh dear, okay, I thought he was stuck. I'm being quite particular in how far I move because by the way, beaten the game before, just thought I should throw that out there. Let's see, I don't think there's much up there. That's the one we want to do. So, run. Oh, that's kind of stupid. Oh. Life gem. I forgot how goddamn low the durability on my sword is. Ruined skull. Try attacking. Neat. I hear something. Let's go back. So, anyway, it's been hectic, but I do hope my schedule has opened up quite a bit for the foreseeable future. I might even stream like several days in a row for quite a bit of time. Hey, SSR flags. And what that will enable me to do is to really, fingers crossed, hope beat this before life gets busy again. But you never know. So, since it's been a long time, and I tend to make these streams, oh, by the way, that kind of reminded me, big shout out to one of my very good friends, Kelsey. She's kind of the reason these streams are happening. She very much wanted to check out the series, originally with just Dark Souls 3, but, I figured that, since I also have Dark Souls 2, and I'm still fairly familiar with it, and I enjoy it, I would try getting through Dark Souls 2 as well. You can find my Dark Souls 3 complete playthrough, not 100%, but like all the way through the main game, on my channel. So, that's cool. Broken up into 12 parts, each about 3-ish hours. I don't know, it's been a while. Dark Souls is an interesting game in that it's odd. Yeah, Dark Souls is an interesting game in where you kind of the game feels a lot bigger the first time you play through it because there's a lot of exploring and there's a lot of Do I not have bombs? I guess I don't. Oh well. There's a lot of exploring, there's a lot of death in areas where you don't really know what to expect, or or just doing like bosses and learning the game over and over and over again. But when you actually like go down and like really bite the bullet and know what you're doing and are able to get through large chunks of the game at a time without dying, the game, it's certainly not short or lacking in any way. I don't want to give that sense, but the game is much more manageable, we'll say. The more I think about it, I think that's what I do. Okay. Ignore what you saw in there. Oh, shit, that could have killed me. So, for those that are wondering, I'm kind of going for a Dex build. I've never done a Dex build in Dark Souls 2. So, I have the Ring of Restoration. I have... the Ring of Restoration will give me about 1 hit point, restore 1 hit point every second, I believe. So, it's just kind of a little passive heal in between bouts of combat. The Ring of Binding makes it so that when I die, the hollowing mechanic is not nearly as brutal. The hollowing mechanic with the... Every time you die, you lose about 5% of your maximum hit points, your maximum health bar, until you hit about 50%. With the Ring of Binding, that is capped at, I believe, either 80 or 70. But it's a very good ring to keep the hollowing mechanic at bay. Chloranthy Ring massively increases how much stamina regeneration you have, and stamina, especially for a Dex character, is everything. It allows you to roll an attack and do what you need to do in combat. And the Ring of Blades makes it so that your attacks do more damage. Yeah, the rings serve to buff you, and for now, I think I've picked a pretty good ring set. I could always swap them off. There's only 1 ring in this series. That's a player, I believe. There's only one ring in the series where once you put it on, you shouldn't take it off because when you take it off, it breaks. Did I not go down this way? No, I didn't. You know what? I just now realized something. Oh shit. Oh, this is finicky. I just now realized something. I started the character, this game, as a male character. I'm clearly a female character right now. Oh shit, what did I have on? That? No. No. That? Leather's better. Besides, I'm wearing that. No. I think it was on Wanderer. We can play Fashion Souls later, but I'll just wear this for now, because I think that's what I had. So, what, yes. So, I think I realized something has happened, in the meantime. So, let's go somewhere else. Did I? Or did I not? I might have just accidentally... Okay. Actually, do I have... Let's see. I don't. Okay. So let's say if I have the silver coveted serpent ring... Okay. Okay, that running, the sound was really delayed from my footsteps, so I thought there was someone behind me. So we're gonna jump in here. The nature of your being has been changed. Ta-da! We're a man now. I don't want to wear... I think I don't know. I'm trying to keep my set really light. I don't remember if there was a specific weight I was trying to stay under. Oh, hello. Okay, so now that we're back to the, to being a man. So, yes, I believe I remember what happened. That is one of the places where Pursuer will spawn. Pursuer being a boss character that will constantly appear out of nowhere through the game. I was considering the fact that I was a woman. I really thought he was going to pop out of the floor there, as he does. However, it looks like I beat him and either did it once too many times or forgot to jump into the into that casket there, sarcophagus. Okay, so we're gonna go right over here. We're gonna grab this. It's radiant light gems. Hello? Oh, hi. The barrel. Ow. I think that happened last time. Or at the very least that happened to me at one point where I was like, that's kind of weird and fucky. Alright. Yep, there he is. So, I didn't trigger him that time. Get this. Oof! I'm dead. Oh. Woo! Oh yes, I forgot. I don't do a lot of damage to him. Shit, still gotta get the timing down on that. Probably should have healed. this. Yes, I remember I found out the way to cheese it. Just get behind him. Ow. Didn't have my shield up. Oh, there went all my fucking stamina. Ooh. If you could do that big attack again, that'd be wonderful. Yes. That's... oh, shit. So, that stab attack is... it's really weird to dodge, and when it hits, you basically teleport it onto his sword to take some damage. Then I believe it curses you. And after that, which curse will take a point off your health, equivalent to when you die, if you died. So you're basically, it cuts your max health, temporarily cuts your max health by about 5%. So fairly annoying. Which means that if there's ever a point where you're fighting him over and over and over again. Ooh. That was cool. If there's ever a point where you're fighting him over and over and over again, you will end up with... let's see. Covetous Serpent Ring, which will give me more souls whenever I kill an enemy. I think I will swap it out for the passive heal. Oh, shit. Ow. There's an invisible hollow to the left of the chest. I vaguely remember that now you mention it. Yes. It's similar to the one in the fortress where you have to find its shadow. To the left of the chest. Oh, right here. Yes. So, maybe. There it is. Smooth the Silky Stone. There we go. Thank you, thank you. So the Smooth Silky Stones, they serve to be left at the crows, and they will give you a random item. I believe there's 3 different items that they will trade you for. There's the Smooth and Silky Stone, the large Smooth and Silky Stone, and then a Petrified Something. And the Petrified Something is what you really want to trade in, because that will give you really good items. You could get like Titanite slabs and shit from that. So this is Lucatiel. She helped us fight the boss in the Undead Wharf, so let's talk to her.
I thought that might be you. You haven't changed a bit, have you? The longer I am here, the more madness I discover. A wretched place indeed, but not without traces of its former glory. What could have caused such degradation? Ah, yes. I have not thanked you for humoring me the other day. This is for you. Of course, I've no idea what it is. Our land of Mirror is surrounded by enemies and constantly at war. There is only one way up in Mirror. Join the Order and prove yourself in battle. My family had little fortune and no name. I had to carve out a piece of the world for myself. With 2 things. My sword and my loyalty to my lord. I was raised to wield a sword from birth. Life was hard, but I never gave it a second thought. I had swift success on the battlefield and quickly attained respectable stature. And then I came here to... Have you heard of the undead? These poor souls affected by the curse. An undead gradually loses his humanity until his wits degrade completely. Finally, he turns hollow and preys upon others. And a hollow can never be human again. One can skirt this wicked fate only with the help of the souls found here. Assuming, of course, that the legends are true. I can only hope that they are. I'm sorry to burden you with talk of my fate. I suppose I've grown weary these days. I'm sorry. I suppose...
Is that a shard? Here, to see, however...
That's really fucking embarrassing. How long have I been muted? Oh, that's so fucking embarrassing! Oh my god, I can't believe I fucking did that. Was I really muted the whole time? Oh my god, I was! I fucking did... Oh my god. That is simultaneously hilarious, but also really sad. Long story short, I was talking about the Undead Curse and the nature of it. That Lucatiel starting to hollow out. She has been afflicted with the Undead Curse. She is starting to forget.
Shape. Oh, D. Flynn. I'm so right. Whoa. Flynn. I'm so right. You've got give.
Alright. Oh shit, I just went through talking about. Look, I didn't mean to do that. I'm a fucking mess right now. I can't believe I fucking did that. That's so fucking embarrassing. Hey, actually, this kind of works out that we have excess of souls, because we can reinforce. Hey, we can reinforce to +6, and the falchion go up. So, cool. So now our scimitar and our falchion will hit. Our falchion will hit a little bit better. Our scimitar will hit way harder.
I ought to fetch a new flame.
So yeah, this guy's obsessed with fire, so lighting the torch will cause him to come over here and actually start working. So he has a katana. Maybe that could be our backup third weapon? Maybe. I didn't look at how much it required. But see, yeah, look at that. And almost killed these guys in one hit. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Yes, I do know about the thing and things betwixt. I just would probably either do that when I really don't have anything going on, or I might just do it mostly off screen. I'll like save the last like couple to do it on stream. But yes, I do know about the lighting all the torches and things in the tutorial area and things betwixt. Thank you. Shit, here we go again. Oh, that's shitty. He despawned. Well, actually, this might carry over. So, yeah, he'll spawn here, and this is probably the like most pain in the ass spot to fight him, because you have an archer here, and you have an archer there, which means that basically restricts you to fighting him. If you kill this archer here, it basically restricts you to fighting him from the stairs here over to where like this this rubble is, because if you walk into this spot, he despawns. If you walk like too far away, like from that edge of the arena, he'll despawn. So yeah, let's try that again. Can't believe I fucking muted myself for like at least 5 minutes. I didn't talk about much. I like honestly was rambling a lot about the nature of the Undead Curse and stuff. How basically you have two options: is either have a really have a goal in mind, a goal to live for that's strong enough that like you're willing to survive this hellhole of a world, or you ooh, that worked out in my favor. Oh shit. Ow. Okay, so these barrels are a problem because they're filled with gunpowder. If he hits them the right way, they'll just explode. So ideally I want to roll through them, get rid of them. So that's all that. Ow. Getting rid of the dog would be nice. Oh shit. Oh shit. That was really poorly timed. I hit square way earlier, but my guy just decided to wait 3 seconds. Oh well. It does allow me to show the hollowing process in action. Or the hollowing mechanic in action. But anyway, having a strong goal in mind... from the dawn of ourselves, then dogs been pursuer. I might do that. My logic of doing it down here first is because I already cleared out the archers. Or I had already broken the towers. I could make a quick run through the archers and then fight them. One of my viewers suggested that because that tower up there, if I climb it in that little space there, I'll be able to go back to the other bonfire that I was at before. Oh shit, see that's what I was talking about earlier. Luckily, doing this, the backstab animation will pretty much make you invincible. I want you to do your big swings. Back. Oh shit. Try to circle strafe you. That's the one I want to do. So, back off. Oh, wow, that tracks for like a fucking mile. Oh, curse. Oh yeah, that does do curse. So this is what happens when you don't play for like 2 months. So Pursuer, interesting enough, he doesn't gain any health between all these. So it's not so much that he gets easier; it's that he becomes more like a slightly above enemy as you play. So he goes from like pretty big roadblock to just minor obstacle. Oh, there we go. Let's see how many cells at. We'll probably level up twice, at least once. Either way. I keep interrupting myself about it. Yeah, so having a strong goal in mind that will basically keep you going in this hellhole of a world, or just consuming souls, will slow the undead plague. It does not, however, it's not a cure, and it's not a cure. So doing it is, or going about it that way is iffy. It only works as long as it works, essentially. Let's go. So yeah, as you can see, we started to rot, and our health bar is not quite as full as it was. We lost like a little tick of it. But anyway. Alright. Human effigies. Got quite a few of those. At 19. Oh. Thought I could get that third hit in for the stun. So we're gonna backtrack a bit. Yeah, there's the stun I was looking for. So, we're gonna actually go up here, where there are 2 guards. Just hopefully both of them. There we go. We got life gems, so use it. Yeah, we're not quite at the point. Oh dear, I might not have what I need. We do. All right. So with these petrified statues, we can use a fragrant branch, or petrified undead. We can use a fragrant branch of yore to unfreeze them and allow access to areas. So. So this area is going to be a little bit, just going to cheap it out here, so run in here, run back. Oh, shit. Wow, I got lucky there. I just so happened to be facing the explosion, so instead it just took, like, all my stamina to block that. Alright, so we are here. Oh shit, that was a third swing. Backstabbing. Didn't get lucky that time, but oh well. Pull that. Where are you going? Visions of hidden path. Look carefully. Okay. Let's check these rooms first, and then we'll backtrack. Oh dear. I did see a really funny GIF of, or I can't remember if it was a GIF or a comic, where it was Dark Souls PvP in a nutshell, and Dark Souls PvP is pretty much what I just did, where it's lock onto the enemy and then do circle strafes until one of you show your back, and then backstab the fuck out of them. Okay, so this door. Oh, let's clear the room first. So this fucking door. Let's open it. And it leads to fucking nothing. surprised there aren't more bloodstains there. Oh, see, there we go. Oh, hi. Let me out of here. That's funny. So these guys are dicks. They explode. They, like, throw themselves at you and explode. Oh, this is where we were earlier. I see. Alright. So fog door means boss fight. Let's go fight the boss. Okay, just get that out of here. Oh, bye. We're just gonna bide my time. So there's 3 that are basically the level of like a fairly strong enemy. And their big thing is that you can either fight one of them here on this tiny ass platform, or you can drop down, take a little bit of damage, and fight the 2 dead that are downstairs. That was a bit ballsy. Oh, there's... Yep, there we go. Drop attack. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm trying to keep track of which one I've been hitting on. The one on the right is the one I've been ragging on. Oh shit, so this is where the fight gets tricky. It's when they do 2 very different attacks. They also tend to group up a bit, so you gotta play the long game here, where you're essentially waiting for one of them to kind of break off from the group, or one of them to do a really big move. So, like, if I was attacking the other one, essentially get them, wait for them to not be covering each other's asses so much. Ow. I didn't even see that other one coming. This is a bit of a problem. I should have put my life gems I had on a separate wheel. There. Alright. Ow. Shit. And while I was in Majula, I should have invested in more life gems. That would be really useful right now. Oh shit. I forgot how long that fucking spell attack goes. It's definitely the one to fucking go in on them though for. Takes them a long time to recover that. Still got quite a few life gems. My shield is really good at blocking physical. And these life gems, okay. These life gems, these ones in particular, they heal fairly slowly, but they heal for a really long time, so... Oh dear! So that's what you want to watch out for. Probably need to be a bit more aggressive. Problem is, it's really hard to fucking keep... If I can get them down to just one of them, I can do this fight no problem. It's just a matter of getting them to separate from each other long enough for me to get a good combo. So like right now. There we go. Yeah, at this point the fight's won. I just gotta watch myself. Oh shit. Ah, fuck it. Let's go double. Or not. So that's a very rare move, but it's really fucking handy to have because now it doesn't have a shield. There we go. Da, 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 da. Rune Sentinel souls and a big chunk of them. Regular souls. Now, the thing that's it's kind of funny about this place is after you kill those bosses, you then want to like scrub every single wall, mashing the X button or A button depending on which console you're playing, because there is hidden shit. I'll admit that made me jump a little bit. See, making that noise. There's hidden shit all in that room. There's like a bunch of hidden walls and shit. I know. I just said that there's a lot of hidden walls and shit. I'm going back. I'm going back. Don't worry. Alright, so these up 3, so we're now at 30. Let's see. Trying to remember when adaptability caps. Or rather, because how it works, this game changed things up a little bit from Dark Souls 1, and they kind of changed it more back to like how it was in Dark Souls 1 when Dark Souls 3 came around. Because you have agility in that towards the bottom of that second column, and that basically determines your agility. Basically determines how many invincibility frames you have in your roll. And there's this particular... Let's see. I think it's every 4? 3 or 4. That you get an additional frame. So... I mean, and fuck it. Like, gives us a little bit of resistance, so... Sure. Just do that. Alright, so what we're then gonna do, we're just gonna pop this. We're gonna stock up on some life gems. Give us 8.
Thanks.
Alright, so... Oh shit, I was the wrong one. My bad. Let's see, it's this one. So. Alright, so now what we gotta do is backtrack. There will usually be markings and stuff, so like that. That will indicate that, hey, there's a hidden wall here. Oh shit. So, you gotta kill that guy. He'll blow up and ruin the chest, and you'll get the rubbish item. And the rubbish item... Yeah, I'm aware that a lot of the armor sets and stuff, especially the boss sets, will boost your stats. I'm just kind of playing the way I'm playing. Not putting too terribly much thought into it, so... Here we go, we gotta scrounge the fucking wall. Mashing X or A the whole time, depending on your console of choice. There we go, there's one. They made them blend really fucking well. There's some that are like fairly obvious. As far as breakable walls and shit. Like they'll have a big like Zelda style crack in them. Oh, there it is. Didn't even do that one. And then other ones where it's like, nope, just looks like the wall. So we got a spell. We get this Homeward Bone. Always useful. Oh. Try hexes and short vision splatter. Continue on the left. Target shield. I doubt it's going to be better than this. Yeah, I know. Oh. Another one. Another one. Pointless. That one's for shits and giggles. Hurrah for illusion. Rusted coin. Alright, so upstairs. Try dash. Yeah, I think that's the gist of it. Alright. Oh shit, hello. Oof. When did you kind of learn not to do that move on me? I think he'd learned by now. Priest Chime. Titanite. I don't have any more Ferrous Luck Stones, unfortunately. I don't think I do, anyway. Nope. So we will have to make note of that if we want to come back later. Depends. I'll look up what's in there. Cause there are bug. What the fuck is that? That's kind of fucking terrifying. I thought I was gonna like see like a fucking bug as in like a game bug, but no, it's like fucking Batras decided to hang up there. Okay. Let's switch to the bonfire. Bonfire. One more trip back to Majula.
Left.
And more help is always nice. Alright. Okay. Destroy, then left. Ah. That is a good tip. Oh, I already did. Be wary of back. Ah! I should have figured, considering the amount of bloodstains. Anytime you just walk into a hallway or a room, and there's like a dozen blood stains scattered around, probably a trap. Now that we got keys, actually we got 2 keys. Let me actually see what all they do. Bastille key, antiquated key. Antiquated key. This key is real but in good condition, such that it should be only what lock does it fit. And the Bastille will basically be able to let us open some of the Bastille doors, which is nice. Don't you dare keep moving. Oh, there they are. Gargoyles, now on Disney Plus. Watch that joke age like a fucking fine wine. I don't know. I'm not into the whole streaming service thing. Not as a hipster thing, but just like, I don't care. I don't fucking watch a lot of TV. I'm a huge weeb. As long as it's got the fucking animes on it, I don't care. Yoo-hoo! So yeah, that's what I was talking about earlier. Luckily they die in one hit, so that's good. Oh shit. There you go. It's funny, because this doesn't even look like an attack. Like, just the way he holds it, it looks like he's trying to do a, Oh. Excuse me. Beware of skeleton and then visions of tears. What was I saying? Anyway, I don't know. It is what it is. People like what they like. Hello. Oh. Thank you. He looks like he's trying to do like a flourish and like messing it up halfway through. Oh, hi. I'm trying to remember if I ever figured out how to get that one. There's a character around here that I would really like to talk to. So that's why I'm kind of rushing ahead. The way I was back there on those rooftops, there was more to see. But I'm kind of cruising along in favor of Skeptic Spice. Try rolling, and then hurrah for item. Oh, but that's a ways down, though. I don't know about that. I have Homeward Bones, though, so if we do go for that item, we have that. Luckily, these guys are pretty fucking blind. They almost kind of remind me of Silent Hill characters, like a monster you would find in Silent Hill. So, unfortunately, I do not have another Fragrant Branch of Yore. This is the NPC I was mentioning, and he's a very good NPC buddy to have. Try Dragonbone and Fire Bombs. No, we're not doing that. Let's see. Oh, that's such a fucky thing, though. Let's see. How did you do it? You're doing it kind of the same way I was thinking of doing, and that just drops you straight down. Because that's the questions I have. Is do these chains have collision? I don't have enough souls. Fuck it, let's try it. Awesome. Oh, it's fucking something that I don't really need. Now, how to get out of this? Try dropping down again. Because that's technically... Okay, let's do it. And if I die, I die. A lot of damage, holy shit. And now I can't quite see the floor. I can't quite see if that ledge will catch me. Fuck it. Alright. Another invisible hollow? Okay. Either way, I'm not too worried about it. Wilted Dust Curb. Oh, hi. Ninja! Ow. Twin Blade. Hey, that's a fucking goofy dex weapon. Bearing Dagger. That's a vaguely Greek statue. Interesting. Bone Staff, and... well, it just mentioned it, so let's scrub for illusionary walls. Illusory walls, not illusionary. Let's scrub this side. Oh, shit. I didn't even notice this ladder here. It might be talking about, for the Pharos Lock Zone, which I do not have. We're in a bit of a tight spot because I have no idea where I am in orientation to the rest of the Bastille, so that's always like the weird like space whenever you're playing these games, is like when you go too far down one path or you do a bunch of like goofy shortcut shit to now find yourself unable to tell where the hell you are. Yes, Ferris Lockstone, I'm aware. I figured. Oh, that's where we are. I see. Ow. I see, I see. I know where I am now. Let's go up here. Blossom. Let's see. So, yep. Because, let's see, where is it? Up somewhere. Thought there was a ladder. Oh. Well, there's a ladder here. And that just leads there. Alright, thank you very much. Yeah, one of my viewers who's been helping me along, giving me tips and stuff for stuff I forgot. Visions of a tight spot. Stupid. Just pretty much assured me where I'm at, so. I appreciate the help. Oh shit. Okay. So we got the Wanderer set. I think that's what I'm wearing. Yep. Cool, cool. Use antiquated key. That's where the antiquated. And antiquated. Antiquated. I'm just shut up now. Yep. Okay, so I've beaten the game before. I don't know if you were here when I mentioned that. So I do appreciate the help, but also there is quite a bit of this game I remember. And butterflies. Okay, so actually, now that I picked that up, might be a good time to talk about that. I mentioned it before that there was a change in the lighting engine and the overall engine of which the game was built, so that originally it seemed that originally based off things like level design and also some interviews with developers and stuff, a big mechanic of the game was going to be the torch. And that fucking movie. Oh shit. It was going to be the torch, and having really dark areas, and it would, oh shit. Run my fucking mouth. And having to force the player to choose between carrying a shield or a left-handed weapon or the torch when going through specific areas. So this is what I get for talking while, like, getting myself distracted with my one-sided conversation. But the, what was I saying? The, you basically, it would force the player to choose between the safety of a shield or the extra like attack of a left-handed weapon, or one-handing the weapon, or carrying a shield around, or carrying using the torch to be able to very clearly see in really dark areas. The problem is that, and you can see if you look up, Krobcat did a video on the original, comparing the original build of the game that they showed to the public versus the end result game, and a lot of things, in particular the lighting, look very, very different. So what ends up happening is that they've built this mechanic in which you have a limited amount of torch time on your torch, and you'll get items. You'll get these items, the flame butterfly, and these let you. They almost work kind of like a fire striker, where it allows you to light your torch away from the bonfire. And so they would have been a very valuable item to have, because it allows you to light the torch everywhere, or whenever you need it to. The issue is that the item, you will go to like kind of like, honestly kind of ridiculous and perilous lengths to go get an item that's like stashed away somewhere, and then turn around and have it be a flame butterfly. Because it seems that they still had it in the overall level layout that these were supposed to be very, very valuable items, but in all honesty, they're kind of junk. We were already here. Yes, okay. I had to kind of draw the map in my head for a second. This one there's another enemy in here. Oh well. But anyway, it is what it is. And it's not a knock against the game. I think it would have been kind of cool. Oh shit. I think it would have been really cool to have a couple areas where, like, you don't necessarily have to, but it's really helpful to have the torch. There is an area in the game that practically mandates the use of the torch. Otherwise, you will just be fucking lost forever. And it's an area where not being able to see means that you cannot see the many, many pitfalls in that area. So, honestly, my strategy is don't ever really use the torch, because you're saving the torch for that one section about 2/3 of the way through the game where you actually really need the torch. So, here's what it is. Okay. We can come back to that. I got a tip that there was a invisible hollow in here somewhere, but I'm not seeing anything. Unless I'm fucking blind. No? What was it? Yeah, no, this is where it was. Oh well. Oh, there it is. Yeah, these things are finicky as fuck. Oh, smooth as fuck. Alright. Up, down. so looks like something backed this guy up into a corner. A lot of life gems. It makes me kind of suspicious. What is now? Oh, I see. I see. Okay, then yeah, no, this shouldn't be a big deal. Because what would happen, it seems, is that you would go to fight this guy, and then those exploding fuckers would come running, drop down from that hole, and come running across the bridge. So, it's not nearly as big as a deal as I thought. Sinner's Rise. Oh, hello. I believe that was his guard break move. Most enemies will have an attack that's kind of like this. It will depend on the enemy, but it's meant to like do a shit ton of stamina damage, so that your guard just gets blown the fuck open. Which usually, for most people, it causes them to immediately backpedal, and some of the later enemies. Oh. With some of the later enemies, they really punish backpedaling. Okay, not much point in that, unless you want to try to drop down on that, but not bad. Let's check this. Just to be thorough. Oh, there's a guy. Some large soul. Just a refresher, in case anybody who doesn't really know anything about Dark Souls is wondering, so what is the point of this game? Well, the point in all the Dark Souls games is that the Age of Fire, which is defined as an age ruled, originally started by Gwen and Nito and the Witch of Izalith, that kind of brought the world as it is into being, is starting to die, and not due to any sort of malignant force, but more like the second law of thermodynamics, where things will eventually, over time, just destabilize into entropy. What it essentially means is that over time, in thermodynamics, it essentially means that complicated chemical structures and forms of energy will eventually just break down into simpler, less complicated forms of energy. So that's how you end up with a large portion of I missed that item, so I'm going to go back up and then go back down again. That's how you end up with a large amount of pretty much any sort of reaction, be it physical or chemical, will have heat as a byproduct, and heat is kind of the waste of heat is the waste of pretty much every action in the universe. Trying to think of an example. So say you're driving on a car, right? And oh Jesus, that was kind of scary. All that blood showing up. Yeah. So say you're driving, and your tires. After you drive for a really long time, your tires are really, really hot. So that heat is waste of things like of the car moving. I don't know. It's a bit hard. I'm having trouble coming up with a decent explanation off the top of my head, but it's the reason why things, a lot of like really powerful chemical reactions in particular, tend to produce a lot of heat, is because heat is the natural result of wasted energy. What the fuck was the point of this conversation? Okay, so yeah. Ouch. Oh! What? Okay, I see what I did there. I was like, why am I not drinking my essence? It's because I was still holding up my shield. But anyway, yeah, that fucking talking about thermodynamics to explain the fucking end of the world. So, yeah, so basically, it seems that in this world, it is the natural state that ages will die, and things will the world will transition from one state to another. An example is before the Age of Fire, there was a world of just nothing but, like, giant trees, mist, and not much else, and that is the world that the immortal dragons lived in. And so it seems that, like, my interpretation is that it's like kind of supposed to represent that there was almost a middle ground where there was no flame, but there was also no darkness. It was just kind of nothing. And then with Gwen, yeah, the Gwen, Nito, and the Witch of Izalith, they found the first flame and got each of them got something called a Great Soul, which is a very powerful soul, and it basically made them gods, and they used that to overthrow the dragons and create their own world, the not shitty version of the world you see today. What's happened? What started though is that the first flame started to fade and like burn out as the dark took over. And the dark is not necessarily evil. Dark is just simply the absence of flame. It kind of reminds me of how the technical, classical description of hell is not fire and brimstone. It is just simply the absence of God, which in a way is, if you are in the Judeo-Christian belief, you can kind of extrapolate that as hell being the absence of anything. But anyway, I'm getting real fucking off track. So our goal for this game, so in Dark Souls 1, the Chosen Undead, the character you play as in Dark Souls 1, he went and gathered the Great Souls from Nito, what was left of the Witch of Izalith, and eventually from Gwen. And he, the most logical option, because the game has two endings, the most logical ending is that he sacrificed himself to the first flame, and burned up him and all the souls he had. And that kind of jump-started the first flame. Ow, shit. I'm having a lot of fucking trouble with this guy. I normally don't. And it kind of jump-started the first flame again. The problem is that the first flame is going to go out, and there's not much anybody can really do about it. Burning all those souls and returning the Great Souls to the first flame doesn't solve the problem. It puts off the inevitable, which is the first flame going out and the dark becoming the dominant force in the universe. You could say. Which again, dark isn't evil. It just is what it is. Oh, shit. Well, so that sucked. I think it's because of the water. The water's slowing me down. The fucking worse enemy of any Dark Souls player. Knee-high water. You can clearly see it now, actually, the Halloween mechanic I discussed earlier, that now that my life bar is capped a little bit. Oh! Well, shoot. That's disappointing. I walked right into that one. Alright. So. Bit of a shame to lose those souls down at the bottom, but it is what it is. You get a lot of fucking levels in this game. This game, I think, more than any, well, you saw my New Game Plus playthrough, and it's like I'm at like 210. You get a lot. I mean, I'm at 69. I almost did it again. What is wrong with me? Because I'm so like fixated on not hitting my sword off the wall, so that like my attack goes through, that I'm just positioning myself in a way to die. Anyways, what was I saying? So the logical ending of Dark Souls 1 that would be canonical is that the chosen undead sacrifices himself to the first flame, and kind of puts the end of the world on hold, but the end of the world is still happening. So now us, we are given the task of going and finding the king, King Vendrick, who was the one who was supposed to fix all of this. And by extension, and by fix all this, I mean he was supposed to sacrifice himself to the first flame. He didn't. And so now we gotta go find him. And a big part of doing that is go get strong. I was really hoping you'd stay there. Let's try actually fighting you, like, smart. Ow. Oh. Where's the door? Oh, hi. Let's try fighting you with a modicum of sense. Let's get 2 hits. Sorry for your attack. Alright. Let's hold off on the heal. What do we got? Try attacking. Ah, another invisible hollow. Some stone. Use the Bastille key. Oh boy, it's the fucking Hide Knight. Hade Knight. Hide lied. Sounds so much so foul. Fuck, damn it. I hate the Hade Knights. So there's a very specific reason I'm burning life gems in here instead of my Estus. Oh, shit. Oh, hit him! Okay. Hade Spear. If I was going to Spear class, that'd probably be neat. Fire Seed. What the hell does that do? I don't remember. Is it oh shit. Oh right, okay. Yes. It strengthens the pyromancy flame. So if you wanted to put stuff into pyromancy, you would give that to somebody, and it would be able to increase your pyromancy. How effective, how strong it is. Hello. Don't give up, skeleton. Oh, oh my god. I swear. I should have committed one way or the other. Either attack or just roll the fuck out of the way. Pharaoh's Lockstone. Let me, oh. It's kind of debatable whether we want to use it or not. It's a fine. I was looking up what the two Pharos Lockstone areas we encountered here would give. They're fine. The second one will probably do, or the one near the Servants' Quarter bonfire will probably do for those of you who know what it is. Otherwise, we'll just kind of leave it. Alright. Alright. So, fog door probably means boss. And this is why we saved our Estus. Yep. So, that's kind of the, that's the, whatchamacallit, flame butterfly at work. So, when you go to fight the boss, this is what you want to do. You want to go to either side, and you want to light these. That will be shown what that does later. Now, during Dark Souls 3, I did a lot of lore shit. Where are you? Rough, pointless. I was able to talk a lot about like the lore and shit. This game, not nearly as much. I kind of like, it is what it is. So yes, lighting that oil will light up these braziers here. That will basically light the arena. Otherwise, you fight this you fight the Lost Sinner in a very dark room, like about as dark as the right side of that wall, which makes it very hard to fight her because her sword is deceptively long. Yeah, lore-wise, overall, when it comes to each individual boss, I'm not nearly as well versed in Dark Souls 2 as I am with Dark Souls 3. I do really like the overall story for Dark Souls 3. I think overall it offers itself as a really interesting sequel. Ah, that stab. I should try going to the left of that, or the right, either one. Oof, that was really close. Oh dear. There is an overall complaint of Dark Souls 2 that it lacks interesting bosses, and this is kind of an example of one, because the room and like the gimmick to the room is cool, and visually she's cool, but she's just kind of a person that's... A lot of the bosses in Dark Souls 1 basically boil down to big guy with a big sword. And just like that, they're done. Or overall, big guy, big person with big weapon. So compared, so these are the regular Lost Souls. This is the Lost Sinner Soul. Soul of the Lost Sinner, prisoner of Sinner's Rise. The Lost Sinner eternally punishes herself for the sins of her past. Ruined Sentinel, creation of the Jailer. A Ruined Sentinel has no corporeal form. It is an empty soul that haunts the armor. So, continue onward. Quite a lot of souls on us. Hurrah for victory, in short. Nice job. Hiding place ahead. Ah, I see. Probably use Chameleon and hide there. Maybe, I don't know. For a branch of yore and an Elizabeth mushroom. Yeah, he's thinking the same shit. So, I actually really like these. These just big ass rooms. Primal bonfire lit. A primal bonfire was rekindled. The size of the room gives the impression that that fire used to be fucking huge. Fucking huge. So, we're back.
You have acquired the soul of an old one. That is more than most undead can say.
So, level up. Level up. See, this is the problem with the dex build. Most of the default weapons don't require that much dex. It's not like strength where you just continuously find bigger and bigger fucking items. You just gotta keep dumping more to strength to hold your big ass sword. Let's see, how many levels can we squeeze out of this? Wow. 7. Let's get this up to 35. And then we'll put... That goes up 20, that's 20, See, this is the soft cap where the returned... See, it used to give me 30 each time, now it's giving me 20. So that's a soft cap where dumping into Vit, not nearly as useful as it used to be. Or doesn't give us nearly as much as a jump as it used to. So this is giving me 1.5. Let's just go endurance. Closer we do more levels. Let's burn these soul items. So we had quite a few of them. At least burn that big one. So that'll give us that up to 15. Alright. Alright, let's see. What all upgrade materials do we have? We have steel shards. Let's buy how many we have? 12. Let's get to 15. We're now at a bit of a weird spot. Where we could either go back to the Lost Bastille and kind of go through a little bonus area. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back. Because right around here is where we can use the, whatchamacallit. How long have I been going? Battle 45. I believe it's down here where we can use the Ferrous Luckstone. Maybe? Yeah, there it is. So we'd use that. Yeah, here we go. so this is a little bonus area. This is also known for being a very big PvP area.
Undead! Undead! Can you answer for bell? Great bell of Arkin. The bell belongs to the princess, it do. Stay back or we slice you to bits. Me and my chums, we shan't be made. Stay back or you'll... A long, long, long time ago, the princess she made me. Yes, just like so. To guard this bell for the prince's honour. Stay away, foul undead, or you'll be a goner. Stay back! It belongs to the princess, it do. You wish to go for the prince and the princess forever. For true. Useless fool. Filthy! Be gone right now, rinse off with your head!
Anyway, so that's a Covenant thing you can join. Don't really feel like it. Because what am I? I don't even know what Covenant I joined. Have I joined a Covenant? I don't think so. I don't fucking know. Hello? Yeah, these things kind of remind me of Phantoms. Here. Yeah. I feel like I was in the middle of saying something and I completely forgot. Oops. Weakness, lightning. Okay. I had to think for a moment. So yeah, this area used to be full of invaders, but now that the game's been out for quite a long time, there's not nearly as many people playing. Area's pretty dead. Yeah, these little fuckers hit hard. They stun really easily though, so that's the plus side. I haven't encountered a trap chest for a while. I believe that's all of them. All the things to collect up here. Yep. Boss fight. So, anyone that's played Dark Souls 1 immediately goes, oh! Because this is technically a remix of the the second boss fight in Dark Souls 2, or Dark Souls 1. I'm playing Dark Souls 2. And right now, I'm not going about it in a very good way. That's what I'm looking for. Separate. Also, having fragile dex weapons is not necessarily a good look for this. I can just kill one. makes this mountain easier. Ow. Oh, shit. I was hoping to get a free hit there. That's not what happened. We're just getting crowded. It's worth it just to clean up the roof a bit. Yeah, that's actually the worst thing that can happen, is them getting up like that. Because then it becomes just a blur of limbs and it's really hard to tell what one's doing. Also, this is a bad thing to have one on one side and one on the one on either side of you. Yeah, like that. So you can't tell what one's doing. This is good though, having them. Come on! I want that one dead. Saving Estus for emergency. Might be down to this one. I believe so. I'm just giving it a minute to see if any more spawn in. Yeah, it looks like it's just this one. Ow. That's it. Victory achieved. Belfry Gargoyle's soul. Soul of the Proud Knights. So, I think that's pretty much all there is to do in this area, other than do PvP shit, but considering nobody's really doing the PvP shit, that's probably it for this part. Down the stairs. Southern Ritual Band. What is that? Southern... oh, it lets you put more spells on. So, kill. Beware of death. Sit down. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. So, this is a fucking nightmare if you don't do it the first time. This is Dark Souls PvP in a nutshell. It's just circle around and wait for them to show their back. Could you fucking run out of stamina, please? I don't even know if he runs out of stamina. Oh, one more. Right. So that was an NPC. Dragon 2, petrified something, and something else. Unfortunately, I didn't read all that. Got a human effigy out of it though. Enchanted Falchion. Oh, it just has the enchanted effect on it. Okay. So, good chunk of souls, and now we can head back. I think I'll try to do one more area. If it's as relatively short as I remember it. It probably isn't, and I'm vastly overestimating. I'm trying to think even where, because that goes down to the fortress and to like the beginning area that we've already cleared. That goes out to Hades Tower Flame, which we already cleared for the most part. God damn it! I just like my memory is not. So Hades Tower Flame, you go down into the wharf. So we've already done all that. So that's this box, this road clear, this road clear. Down the Hades Tower Flame. Let's level up while I think.
There, see, lesson.
Let's get up to 38. Alright. So there's actually something we need to do, and I remember it now. So the way we went down this way, or when we went down this way, there was a contraption kind of thing, like a big mechanism that we couldn't do anything with. Now if we go down here, the lady we found at the Hades Tower Flame, who's like a missionary, is here.
Oh, hello there. An honor to see you again. This room is not as it seems. There are two, not one pathways leading out. And only this lovely thing reveals the other path. And this, you lovely thing, only runs on miracles. Shall I provide you with one?
So, pay 2,000 to...
Go ahead then.
Thank you.
Oh, done so soon.
Yep, bye. Water. Oh, that's fucking goofy. That's fucking stupid. Yeah, I remember this area now. Yep, it's all coming back to me. It's all coming back to me. In both, in a kind of a not great way. And of an oh shit, here we go way. For some reason I could have sworn I saw a path down that way. Set up.
I don't know who you are, but leave me be. The frailty of the weak disrupts the dark. Leave me alone. I'm interested in one thing, dog. You haven't the gift. Leave me. I'm interested.
So, I believe it's either intelligence or it's a magic stat, and I ain't got shit in magic, so he don't want to talk to me. I'm debating. Yeah, I think I'm gonna call it here for today. Because I do remember this area being quite a bit, taking me a while. I remember it being pretty sizable overall. How close are we to a level? Ooh, quite a bit. Is there anything we really need to do? Oh, we have the... Let's go back to Things Betwixt. That's also one of the paths we need to go down, but not for a while. See, Poison Stone, we got Magic Stone, we got Cracked Red Eye Orb, and we got Pale Stone. And now for the big one, I believe, Twinkling Titanite. So the Twinkling Titanite, I'm trying to remember, doesn't it? One of these two is still level boss weapons. I remember that. Either way. I think Petrified Dragon Bone is what you use to level up boss weapons. I don't know. It's been a while. I do like the system of the Titanite better than I did in Dark Souls 1. Because Dark Souls 1 had you go up to like level 5 or 6 with your weapons. And then with first your little bits of Titanite and then your large Titanite shards, and then I don't think there were chunks. I think it was you then would either need like red Titanite or blue Titanite or yellow Titanite or something like that. I don't remember. I remember there being different colors of Titanite, and then you had to use that to do your shit. So while we're here, let's kind of play around. Can't use that because it needs strength. I'm trying to find a weapon, some gear. So let's see. So these two are the same. We can wear that. Let's see. That's a bit less fire damage and a bit less bleed, but a pretty good jump in anything else. What's that? Archdrake robes. Oh, that's the cleric set. But they're heavy. Is the problem. So let's try the leather armor on, because it doesn't really have a lot of downsides. Leather gloves, a nice jump. Else is better without being really heavy. So as a Dex character, I'm trying to stay light. The boots. And we're still under 40%. I don't know. Roll looks fine. Yeah, it looks about the same. It's enough that it doesn't matter to me. Other... So, overall, decent jump in defense, so... So, what do you have? Yeah, the silver kite shield. Nah. And that's this kind of crap.
Well,
I will eventually dump money into his stuff, but he just doesn't have any, like... I'd rather just keep the souls to have them. Let's see. Let's see down here. A couple of the lights are on. The little, whatchamacallit, flames.
Even more flames have appeared. I don't know what causes it.
It's me being a badass, son. I'm trying to think of anything else we need to do before I wrap up. Hopefully, I do plan on playing tomorrow, so we...
Oh. Who are you again? No, I'm not serious. You do have a rather pleasant scent. The type I'm quite fond of.
Fucking Silver Cat ring's still high as shit. We'll need to buy that eventually. It's useful for something.
Nothing suited you, I presume? Well, that's decent.
Yeah, there's not much else we really need. Well, what we could do. Burn this. This might have been a mistake. We might just barely make it. Oh, we need a little bit more, so we'll use that tiny one. Alright. One more level. Endurance. Alright. Well, that's gonna do it for today. Thanks everybody for coming out, and anybody watching the VOD of this on YouTube later, which is streamed on YouTube anyway. Thank you for watching, especially if you made it to the end. Thank you for putting up with my rambling and probably semi-sick voice. As always, have a nice day, and see you all hopefully next time.